Hey everybody, Chris Bond 21 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. On the last episode, we went to, I'm spacing, Enchanted Dominion, where we had to help the good fairies of Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather get Aurora's heart back after the shenanigans that happened in Terra's episode, where he kind of took her heart, didn't really take her heart. They never really get full clarification on how Xehanort was involved with that, but yeah, regardless, we had to deal with the aftermath of that and get her heart back, so we had to travel all the way to Maleficent's castle, which was probably the biggest, I wouldn't say biggest, but definitely the longest level of walking since Neverland's episode, where we actually just had to walk through and find everything. And we went through that episode pretty well, and because, you know, the gaming gods can't have me have one episode where it just goes all swimmingly well, and because I hadn't died a whole lot at that point as Ventus, we ended up getting kind of screwed at the end of the episode when we got summoned to the Badlands by Ventus, got into a fight, got my ass kicked a bunch of times off screen, which required me to go level up my ass and then bring my ass back. A lot to do with my ass here. And essentially, we had to team up with Mickey, and after I leveled up, we kicked his ass. Again, more ass. Really relatively fast. So before I say ass another time in this intro, let's get started with today's episode, where we've now found ourselves in front of Radiant Garden. So at the end of the episode, we were with Mickey, and Mickey has something called a Star Shard, which is basically like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like the Gummy Ship if the Gummy Ship didn't travel through space and just teleported you directly to the world. So yeah, it activated, and because it's not really activating based on will, it's just sort of happening whenever the hell it wants to. It summoned Ventus here in front of Radiant Garden, which is where we were going anyway, so I don't necessarily know how accurate that is, but regardless, let's get started and visit Radiant Garden as Ventus.
Mickey?
And so we got Scrooge, which I think if we go the way that Terra goes that way, we can actively, I think we can get to Scrooge, I think. I'm going to check that out real fast. I don't think any Unversed are going to show up. I don't believe we can go this way. Yeah, this is blocked off to us as Ventus, but we can go this way, I think? I would assume so, because it's a safe pool. Well, right now we can't. But here we go. Let's follow Mickey for now. So yeah, it's basically the same exact thing. No Unversed to fight right now. And not exactly a different world. So obviously Radiant Garden is probably going to be one of the more similar worlds we get. But we get to see what's down this path, which we didn't get to see as Terra. So yeah, we got this nice little garden area. So we're actually making our way to the castle, which is something we didn't do at all when we were here last. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some Unversed. Well, the command gauge changed, but we didn't do it. So yeah, I leveled up quite a bit since, well, between when the ending of Enchanted Dominion and then from when we fought Ventus. So I should be good. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I got a new finisher, the Air Flare, one which I love because that can take out a ton of enemies. Unfortunately, the one thing I hate about Radiant Garden's Unversed is these guys, which remind me of the big bodies from Kingdom Hearts 1. Just because you gotta go behind them, and I just feel like that's more headaches than it needs. Also, I'm gonna die only because the stupid bunnies over here. Why is that possible? How does their draw distance allow them to spawn in 20 feet away from me, and their thing goes the whole length of the screen? I feel like, yeah, that's possible now on PS4 running hardware, but on PSP that was the same thing, so kind of confused how that's possible. Also, I want to try to fight as many Unversed as I can. I know we already know we have a boss fight here because we've seen it already when we played as Terra. So I'm not exactly... Ah, damn it. Where is it? Alright, here we go. Let's get these little guys here. Yeah, so I got a few abilities, which I don't believe I went over. I should probably show you guys the abilities I got. It wasn't anything too special because I didn't really have a whole lot of commands to mouth. That's kind of the problem with the beginning sections of Birth by Sleep. You're kind of at the mercy of just going to all the world and just going as is. It's sort of like scavenging in a way. You kind of just have to roll with the punches until you eventually start going to all the world. You can open up all the chests, and then you can kind of get access to all the commands, or at least the majority of the commands that you can start putting in. And also money. Money helps because you can buy a lot of commands right at the Moogle shop, even commands that you don't actually get. So like the Cure Spell I bought from the store, I think it's Terra in his episode, and I did the same thing here with Ventus because kind of need that. Let's open up the chest, see what we get. So I got a high potion. I love how that game still gives you items, even though once Cure becomes the thing, it's like almost non-consequential. Yeah, so technically, everything in Hollow Bastion is connected. Well, Hollow Bastion Radiant Garden is connected. So, for example, I'm going to show you guys this in a second. So, you might think that we're on another side. So this might lead to a totally different area, which it does. But everything leads back. Sort of all roads lead to the same destination. So, over here, if you come up these steps, there's a sticker over here, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get. Might be able to because I have high jump on now. Yeah, it's locked tight. This actually leads to the other side, to the battle arena where we fight the Trinity armor. So everything's kind of connected, even though we can't actively use everything because sections are locked off. But kind of cool that it's all theoretically connected. All right, let's keep dodge rolling up the way. So yeah, this area is pretty big. Pain in the ass about this thing is that if you die, like at this point, you got to go back to the bottom and do it all over again and fight everything again, which sucks. So I'm really glad I leveled up before. I was gonna level up after this episode, but I definitely would not have made it through this. I wouldn't have made it through this episode very easy, or I wouldn't be making it through as easy as I am right now if I hadn't gone and leveled up. I hate the birds, especially in this room because it's way too big, and I gotta take care of these stupid freaking. I call them bunny rabbits. I know they're not. I know it's probably they have an actual name. They look like bunny rabbits though, but they're so annoying. They just stay in the ground, and I already got an air flare too. Oh, nice. And I'm backwards. Controls invert. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, when you get confused here in this game, it's similar to how you get confused in Chain of Memories, where you turn backwards, the controls invert on each other. Binding Strike, got a new one. I got some birds here that I can't kill because they're too friggin' far away. Come over here, come over here. Thank God we can kill them in like one set combo, and already 400 points of experience to the next level. Might level up before we got to do the fight. We have a little bit more time here than we did in Terrace campaign. Also, we're going to have to go the other way, and I have to show you the other thing that we're going to do when we start heading the other way, because I don't think Ven can't go through those doors, so we're going to have to double back. So Ven does get more areas than Terra definitely got. There's definitely going to be more unversed over here. Wait, I already saw them. I already saw the bunny rabbits, and I was already like, nope, screw the stalking guys over there. We're going to fight this guy first. Yeah, thank God I'm a higher level, because this would have been torture, and I think we didn't get a new Keyblade or anything. Well, we did, but it's not really important. It sucks that Birth by Sleep's Keyblades aren't any good until, like you're forced to use the original one, and then you're kind of forced to use the ending one, which is the one from, like, the cutscene from the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, where they had special Keyblades. So, like, these are one versions of them, and then you get, like, a better version of it at the end, and I feel like those are the blades you need to equip because that's what the game wants you to equip. And it's like, oh yeah, here's some other Keyblades, but you don't need to put those on. And I don't know how I don't know how I feel about that. I like that how in Kingdom Hearts 3, like, the Keyblades are going to be all, like, different and unique to each world, where it's going to, like, do different things and, like, commands. But this right now, I don't really like how we're getting all these Keyblades but nothing's happening. So here we are at the gates. Funny thing is, we went all the way around there into the gardens just to go over here, which is there's the little lobby thing where we started, and you can't ever use these staircases. It never opens, so it's so stupid. But yeah, Ventus gets this save point, and we never find out what's down this way, unfortunately. So yeah, we're at the castle gates, which, if you remember from Kingdom Hearts 2, this kind of looks like it's all different than it was originally. So yeah, they definitely remodeled Hollow Bastion a bit.
Hold on. The castle is presently closed.
But somebody just came this way. He's a friend of mine.
We aren't aware of any visitors. Now run along home, boy, before the monsters get you.
I could have sworn it was him. Huh?
They're here.
Radiant Garden shall not fall under the likes of you.
Yeah. Leave this to me. Yeah.
Stop! But you're just a child!
Now, who do you think will defend the castle if you two go skipping off?
But that boy...
Never you worry about him. He's a special case.
A what?
Evan is right. Lord and castle come first. The boy will have to fend for himself.
Which reminds me, his lordship was asking for you. A heart devoid of darkness, stripped clean of it at that. Very questionable.
Yeah, so those are some familiar faces. It was Evan, Dylan, and I have to check the... I haven't actually shown the reports yet, but I want to go to character files because they may have shown up. No, they didn't. I doubt it's in main characters. No, it's not. But maybe when we beat the level, we'll see who... Because I forget what Lexius's real name is, and it may be listed in there. It's obviously something... I think it's Elacius? It's something without the X. I'm pretty sure it's Elacius, but I'm not entirely sure. But how Vexen knows that Ventus has no darkness in his heart, how that's been stripped away, I honestly don't know. And I don't think they ever explain it. He just sort of knows. So unless he's got like a sixth sense about these kind of things. Yeah, so we basically went all that way for a cameo. We went all that way just to see a glorified cameo for the organization members, what they looked like originally. So yeah, those 6 were the original members, as we already know. So they're already here. So it turns out that, yeah, they weren't just people that lived in the town, they were guards, and Vexen seems to be a scientist, but it definitely looks like Dylan and Elacius? I don't know if that's his name. I hope I'm saying it right. They were castle guards, so it was kind of cool to see that side of it. And we're not exactly done with the familiar faces, I will tell you that much. We may see a few more before this episode ends off. So I'm going to try my best to do good with time here, because I've been doing really good with 20-minute episodes, and I really like that. And I'm going to level up again. Nice. Got some more. Again, look at that. I was all the way at the top of the steps, and these guys spawned in already. Is that possible? Like, weird. Am I getting a lot of points for that? I haven't even checked. Almost 10 points of experience. Not bad. Yes, that's the one thing I don't like about Birth by Sleep, where, like, I mean, only in this case where you have to double back between rooms and everything comes back again. I mean, I guess it's good for leveling up, but, like, I just did all this, and I feel like, oh, well, here we go again. But, I mean, hey, on critical mode, I'll take it. I will take it all, because I know how difficult it can be. Also, I love how Air Flare doesn't turn the wheeling guys into the bombs, even though you hit them from the front. I like how it just sort of just kills them, so it's kind of a good trade-off. And that looks like it. I'm going to just jump down here. Make it a little bit easier. Kill the bunnies. I think you can hit those swirly little vortex rings back at them, but it has to be like exactly at the right time. And I'm going to level up, so I'm going to try to fight off the remaining unversed in this area and maybe get lucky. Maybe get lucky. I would love it if my strength went up, because I feel like I can kill these guys off. I'm doing pretty good right now, killing them off in like a couple of hits with my combos, because I think I have air combo plus, so I'm able to get that one extra hit on them. But would be nice to finish off, and I'm just gonna float around until I eventually catch this guy. I do like that about Birth by Sleep's thing, where you can like automatically magnetize to an enemy and just, it's like, hey, you were already there. Just here's another little bit closer. Defense. Oh, cool. I'll take it. I would have rathered strength just to make the fights a little quicker, but I will take defense just so that I don't die as fast, because, again, we know we have a boss fight. We have a boss fight coming up. And we already saw the Trinity armor. We already knew we were fighting it because we already did it. Well, we already technically saw that because we played as Terra. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of crossover, like, repeated things. So it's not like, oh, I have to watch the same cutscenes again. And I like that, because I feel like sometimes when you play a lot of games, I think now that I've been thinking about it since I mentioned it a few episodes back about games that, like, have you playing as the same character.
Oh, how dare you! Back off, you fiend! Oh, you'll not be getting my money.
Look out!
Aye, I will! Hold on. Wait a moment, laddie. Don't I even get a chance to repair you?
Oh, you don't have to.
Now just hold your horses. I didn't mean the fortune. Maybe a wee bit of gold or a small token of...
Well, could you make it fast?
I know. I've just the thing in my hat. Hmm? Come here. You can tell me, lad, you came here from another world, didn't you? Don't worry, my bill is sealed. Your secret's safe with me. I'll not be asking you any awkward questions. You see, 'tis the same with me. I asked a wizard named Merlin to bring me here from another world. After all, adventure is the mother of industry, eh? Eh?
Great. That all?
Ugh, but I'm holding you up, lad, eh? Here, these are lifetime passes to Disney Town. You'll have buckets of fun there. Or my name is not Scrooge McDuck. There you are. Enough for you and 2 grown-ups.
Huh.
So that's how Ventus got the Disney Town passes from Scrooge. Also a little bit revelation that Scrooge obviously didn't come from Radiant Garden. He came from Disney Castle, which not really a big shock. We kind of assumed that, considering that all the Disney characters seem to come from there. So it would be a little weird that he was in this world. Also, Scrooge is voiced by Alan Young here, who voiced him like originally, I think, for another.
Hang it all! Can't I get a moment's peace?
Mister, get inside. It's not safe out here.
Oh, ordering me about. Now that's unsafe. After all, I'm Merlin, the wizard. Oh, another scamp looking to wake the powers inside him. Is that it?
What? How'd you know?
We wizards have a knack for knowing such things. The book is inside on the table. You may have a gander if you like.
What book?
Yeah, I forgot we had a side track with this. So let me get the map real fast. So yeah, he's voiced by Alan Young, who voiced him in like a lot of the earlier appearances. But now Scrooge is on the rebooted DuckTales series that they have on Disney Channel. He's voiced by David Tennant. So I wonder if Scrooge is in Kingdom Hearts 3, if we're going to have him voice him, which would be like the coolest thing ever, just to have another big name actor involved. So yeah, we can talk to Merlin here. I'm going to talk to him just because we haven't done a lot of text in this game. If it's the book you're after, if it's the book you're here for, I placed it over on the desk. Yeah, so once again, big waste of time here. Just do it. I'm not even going to cut my voice out of this because the cutscene's a waste. So yeah, once again, you just look at the book. It glows. Boom, we have access to the command board. Boom, that's it. That's all you got to do. And that's it. Did nothing else. I don't even understand what it means. Awaken the powers within you. What awaken the powers within you? You mean unlock an arbitrary skin for one of the minigames? Like... It's so blah. So yeah, we're heading back the same way. So yeah, this repeats. But like I was saying before I got rudely cut off by that Scrooge cutscene, what was it? So like other games that have like multiple playable characters, the one that comes to my mind quickly enough is, I guess, the Sonic the Hedgehog games, like some of the earlier ones, well, the ones that started with the 3D thing where they started making you play as different characters and you had to go through like some of the same levels. Like that's bad. Like that, I hate when that happens. Like, well, I gotta play this boss again, or I have to do this cutscene again, and I already saw that cutscene, so it's like, what the hell am I doing it again for? And that I don't like. So I think Birth by Sleep really got it down right with how to separate 3 campaigns. And you'd think that would be like, well, 3 campaigns, obviously there's going to be some some crossover and some bleed out into the other stories, but that doesn't really happen as much. So yeah, we get this thing here in Radiant Garden, but it's like a natural thing. Like I said in the first episode here with Ventus, was that, yeah, we start off with all 3 of them, then at the midpoint of the game here in Radiant Garden, we get them all again, and then they all meet up again at the finale. So it's kind of... It's nicely divided up. It's not like, okay, well, here's more repetitive stuff, and, you know, oh, here's the same cutscene, or here's a similar cutscene, or, oh, I gotta play this boss fight again. And that's the coolest thing. The only boss fight that repeats is the Trinity armor and the opening thing with the glass orbs, but that's not really a boss fight. That's just the tutorial fight, so I'm not counting that. But yeah, this thing with the armor is the only fight that repeats. So it's kind of cool that they just do that. And we don't have to really worry too much about like repeated things like, oh, I have to fight that boss again, or oh, I gotta do this thing again. Like I said in the first Ventus episode, I think I might have mentioned it, there is something in the game that is bad about it, but it's not story related, it's sort of 100% completion related, and trust me, it's the reason why we're not doing anything 100% completion with this game, because it would just take too long to do it all. So yeah, we're gonna head this way to the, I think this is the sewer system, or the aqueduct. I hate that I don't know what the names are because the names don't show up on screen anymore like they did in Kingdom Hearts 2. So I'm literally just going to question mark, and unless I happen to remember what it's called, which you think I would considering we were just here with Terra, but yeah, I can't really remember. And there we go, Air Flare 2. Air Flare 2 does like a flourish on the end of that, so it, like, in case you just missed an enemy, it'll help you finish them off. I'm probably not going to level up again before we reach the armor, but I think that's okay because level 21 is probably about where I was when I had to level up for the Brague fight, so I feel like we're at the right point. At least I feel comfortable for now. I mean, who knows? In 5 seconds, I'll probably be cursing out of my storm here because I'll be like, ugh, damn it. Yeah, this is something I don't like. I don't like that the unversed repeat in the same way here. So like when we were here as Terra, it was the same ones. It's the birds, the little wheel guys, and the bunny rabbits. And I mean, I wouldn't have killed them to put some different ones in there, but then I guess maybe it would have been too confusing when you're going back to like. I mean, I guess recoding some of the areas with different unversed would have been too much on this. I don't know. It seems a bit weird that they didn't add new ones. Because, I mean, they've clearly done that before in, like, Kingdom Hearts 2. When we went back to the previous worlds, we had new Heartless and new Nobodies in the area. So, I mean, it's definitely possible. Why they didn't do it, I don't know. No, can I kill him? Can I kill him? Oh, sweet. Flourish to the top. And I'm confused, which means I gotta go backwards. Always get confused when we go backwards. I guess that's kind of the point, right? Alright, there should be a chest over here. Yeah, and the chests often appear in the same places too, so it's easy when you're trying to do that. There's nothing too crazy with the chest. There's nothing like, oh, a really difficult one to find. And once again, I haven't shown it off, but in the report section, they track them again. So yeah, here we are again in the same area. So when we go here, we're going to trigger that cutscene.
Ven, Terra, Aqua.
See, unfortunately, this fight obviously repeats, and there's going to be some cutscene repetition after this fight, but let's see how we do here with Ventus as we did to Terra, but I think we're going to have a much better go with it. I love how now Ventus is the last one we see, because he's the one we have to control. Right, so let's use my shot lock first. So this, I think I used Absolute Zero. I changed it. I don't think I used it during the fight with Ventus, but yeah, this looks similar, doesn't it? It's the same one that Terra did. It's the one thing I don't really like about the shot locks too much in Birth by Sleep. They kind of repeat like a lot. They just sort of palette swap the colors, but it's pretty much always the same thing. Like, yep, this is the same thing Terra did, only now it's ice instead of the shadow thing that Terra had. And I mean, I guess coming up with like 25 different shot locks would have been like a lot of like work on the team to like develop all that, but I don't know, I feel like it's kind of cheap. Like, they could have done something a little cooler. Hopefully Kingdom Hearts 3 has like more variety with those types of things. So I think we're getting I don't know if we're getting shot locks back, but we're definitely getting some sort of thing that's similar to it. Yeah, look at this. See, look at this. Ven is already way better at dodging this beam of light. Also, Terra, you want to maybe jump up, hit him, do a little something, you know, if you're not busy. No, I definitely can't do aerial slam because he's way too high up. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much I took off. And that, I haven't even attacked him yet until now. And Jesus, I already got him down to a ball. Yeah, I'm not even scared to go near him. Look at that. Oh, that was pathetic. See, this is why I'm always scared to level up a lot, because I feel like I'm going to make the boss fights like a cakewalk.
Terra! Ven, now! Come on!
Got him.
We make a good team.
Sure do. Oh yeah, I got you these tickets.
For what?
Lifetime passes to Disney Town. He said to take 2 grown-ups.
You mean us? Listen to me, Ven. We need to get you home.
It's okay, Aqua. Trust me, that guy in the mask is history. He'll never badmouth Terra again.
You saw the boy in the mask?
Yes?
Ventus. Ven, you let Aqua take you home.
No way. I want to go with you guys.
You can't. We have a dangerous task ahead of us. I don't want you to get hurt.
And what is this dangerous task, Terra? It doesn't sound like what the Master told you to do.
It might be a different route, but I'm fighting the darkness.
I'm not so sure. I've been to the same worlds as you, and I've seen what you've done. You shouldn't put yourself so close to the darkness.
Listen to yourself, Aqua. Terra would never...
You mean you've been spying on me? Is that what he said to do? The Master's orders?
He was only...
Aqua?
I get it.
Terra!
Just stay put! I'm on my own now, alright?
Terra, please, listen! The Master has no reason to distrust you, really. He was just worried.
You're awful, Aqua.
So now you know the truth. But the Master loves Terra. And you know that too.
Were you also ordered to take me home? Aqua, now that you're a Keyblade Master, you've let it go to your head. I'm gonna go find Terra.
See, unfortunately, we're going to have to sit through that beginning section of the cutscene one more time when we play as Aqua. Also, I don't really understand why Ven's getting his Keyblade in a twist over here about Aqua being like a Keyblade Master and it's going to her head. She's just following the orders of Ericus, who honestly is not stupid. Ven needs to be back home because obviously he's going a little bit... Obviously, he's falling into the plans of Ventus, who spurred him onto leaving. And we already know that Terra's leading down a bad path because he's being, like, manipulated by Xehanort. So... honestly, I mean, they probably don't see it, but it's weird. Like, I don't know why they're saying, like, oh, it's gone to you. Like, I like that line, like, you're awful, Aqua. Also, I want to mention something. You might notice, like, when they talk, sometimes there's, like, a pause when there shouldn't be. Like, they'll be like, I was just heading this way. I feel like that's something to do with the Japanese-English stuff, where it's, like, in Japanese, it's probably just a quick sentence where they say it all in like, Japanese. But I feel like in order to translate it from like the English speaking stuff and to have it like go over the cutscene that they've made, you have to pause and take breaks. So if you ever see like them stop mid sentence, it's not because they're being like dramatic or melodramatic. I think it's just literally because the cutscene is already built. They can't really change that without re-editing the cutscene, which would take way too much time to redo all the cutscenes in a game. So they just sort of have it go over. Early games used to do that with like the lip flap thing. I think like what was it? Final Fantasy X did it where the game was lip synced to the Japanese audio track. So in the North American version, we basically watched all of the English actors basically lip flap over the dub, where it was like the characters' mouths would still be moving, but they wouldn't be saying anything. Like maybe the English line had finished, and that's just what happens when you translate between languages. If you've ever taken like a foreign language class, you know that like translation isn't a one-to-one thing. Like 6 words in English isn't exactly 6 words in like Italian. It may be 4 words or like 5 or longer, depending on that. Also, talking about foreign language class, I was thinking about that. I don't know why when I was mentioning the Japanese thing. I was like, I remember foreign language class and conjugation and stuff. And then I can't even speak English clear on these videos, and yet I was over there trying to learn Italian back in high school. So that was loads of fun. All right, so let's just head back this way. I'm gonna try my best. Actually, that fight was kind of a pushover. So I might stick around and level up a wee bit after this episode. I don't think I'll spend too much time here because I feel like I'm way OP. But I just feel like this leveling up stuff is going to just stay with me till the final boss stuff. Because literally, we already know where we're going after this. We know we're going to have to go to Disney Town, which is just going to be a mini-game thing that we'll have to take part in. And then we'll have to do Olympus Coliseum, Deep Space, and Neverland. And I feel like it's going to be kind of easy considering where we're at level-wise right now. Definitely over-leveled a little bit here. Oh, maybe I'm at the right level. I just feel like that Trinity fight went way easier than it did with Terra. So yeah, leveling up is key in critical mode because it hurts. It really hurts. And yet there's the option to never level up. I don't... Maybe one day in the future. Maybe if we finish all the games really fast, maybe I'll do a run where I'll play on critical mode and I'll not level up, but... And like I'll cut out all the story stuff and I'll just like do the playthrough. Maybe... I don't know. That would be a fun challenge because I've never done that before.
Run!
So that looked like another familiar face. Seriously, Ven gets the cameos. Seriously, that's all Ven gets here. It's just Terra just dealt with like the Xehanort plot thing. Ven gets cameos of Disney characters and organization members that we've yet to meet. So kind of cool. But yeah, they needed to sort of explain where everybody came from. And at this point, like things have kind of been not really, I'd say, not explained, but things were kind of just in text documents and were only slightly hinted at. So yeah, Birth by Sleep was smart for including all this stuff. So it doesn't feel so random that, okay, these characters are in there. They have no bearing on the overall plot. I'm going to be honest with you right now. These characters that we're seeing here in Radiant Guard, and they don't really tie into anything, but trust me when I say it all will come together by the credits in regards to why all these characters were in the game. So Lots to wait, lots to wait. I love Birth by Sleep story. It's just it's so cool because how it ties everything together, and so many people say, oh, the Kingdom Hearts series is confusing and it doesn't make any sense. Seriously, play the games. Just play them in order. It's not that complicated. Yeah, some things don't make a whole lot of sense, but if you don't really think about it all the way and you just sort of take it for like face value for what it is, it's enjoyable. It's understandable. It's not like it's, oh, I don't even understand this. It's not like you need a guidebook for it. So trust me, there's two ways of doing that. There's the Kingdom Hearts way of doing a confusing, convoluted story, and then there's like the Final Fantasy 13 way of doing that, where the Final Fantasy 13 way makes you feel like an idiot, like actively makes you feel like an idiot, and the Kingdom Hearts way, which sort of jokes around with you, has fun with it, and generally doesn't take itself too seriously. Simply the fact that there are lines in the game where characters go, I don't understand that, or you look confused, and it's like, yeah, and then they just sort of brush past it. That's the difference right there. The simple fact, I'm going to use my shot lock because I feel like there's a lot of guys. Damn it. Can I do payback rate? Nice. Oh, cool air flare. This should take out a few of them. Nice. So that one actually turned into a bomb. That's weird. I've been doing pretty good but not doing that. Yeah, so yeah, there's the Final Fantasy way of the 13th way of doing it, where it was like, it was insulting. Like, they might as well have just had a thing on screen while cutscenes were going on where like, you're confused, right? Yeah, we know. We're not going to explain shit. You're going to have to figure it out. With Kingdom Hearts, even if the story does get a little confusing, at least there's always moments, and yeah, he just exploded on his own. That was cool. Alright, let's see if we get to talk to that boy we saw in the square before the fighting started.
Ienzo, where are you? Answer me! Ah, there you are. Didn't I warn you not to wander off, child? I see we owe you our thanks. We have done our best to raise the boy, since his poor parents are not here to do it.
Oh, you're on your own, huh? Sir, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's a tall guy dressed kind of like me. Have you seen him?
Perhaps I did see him in the outer gardens. Just follow this road.
Thank you.
No, thank you for keeping Ienzo out of harm's way. And, well, let's say, I have a feeling we are destined to cross paths again.
Alright, so we got a new move for Ventus, Reversal, where we're going to be able to get behind an enemy just before it attacks, so you can press the square. So I'm going to put that on real fast. So yeah, Ienzo! And Ienzo looks a little different, doesn't he? Because Zexion looks more like an adult when we see him in the later games. And I think that's because I don't think the organization members get turned into nobodies right now. I think it does happen a little bit before the first game. So he's definitely aged, but it's funny that everyone else was already an adult and Zexion was already a kid. It's kind of a weird thing to do. I don't think he talks, or if he does, he talks in a later cutscene, maybe at the end of the game, but I don't think he talks right now. So yeah, I'm going to put Reversal on real fast. So yeah, another little cameo of sorts. And I think now we can go here. So like I said, Ventus gets to explore a lot of the worlds fully. There's not too much areas that are blocked off to him. So yeah, Ven gets all of it. The gardens, this path down here. I think Aqua can't come down here.
Terra! Take me with you.
I can't do that, Ven.
Why not?
When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
Well, why wouldn't I? You're my friend.
Yeah. You're right. Thanks. When I really need you, Ven, I know you'll be there.
Oh. I better tell Aqua.
Oops, pressed the wrong button there to get my microphone back on. Yes, we got someone first here. We can't go down into the little area. You'll notice the waterfall's blocking it over here. We can't go where Terra fought Bragg. That area is blocked off to us for some reason. There is a chest there. I forgot to go and get that when I was playing as Terra, but ugh, God, these guys are going too far away. Yeah, we're pushing this episode long enough as it is. I'm going to head back down this path. They should just pop up here at the inverse as we go down. Yeah, great. All the wheels. Of course, the one enemy type I would rather not deal with. This is the only reason why I hate leveling up here in Radiant Garden. Oh, good. We leveled up. Magic increased. I don't really get excited when the magic increases because I don't use magic. And honestly, like I said, as Terra, it's the same thing for Ven. Ven doesn't really use magic either, so I don't really understand why there was so much focus on magic being one of the leveling up things. I guess just to make it fair between all the characters, but yeah, it's a little weird. I wonder what I can get my level up to before we leave. I know we're on about 35 minutes, but we're about done. There's just one more cutscene we have to deal with, and then we can leave, and we'll call it quits for this episode. It's a little longer episode, but for the most part, I'd say this makes up for the fact that the earlier episodes with the princess things were a little bit on the short side. Take this guy out. 800 points of experience. Yeah, I'm starting to get close. Well, actually, that was 20 points. Not bad. I bet if I stuck in this area, I'd probably get a few more. All right, let's head back inside to the entryway. Make our way past the save point and into the central square.
Aqua!
Ven! Were you able to find him?
Yeah, but he's gone.
Right. Then I can't stay here.
Let me go with you, Aqua.
No, Ven. Do as I say and go home.
Why won't you let me?
I don't want to put you in harm's way. You understand?
Giving up already? Come on, Ven. I thought you were stronger than that.
Ven, you almost had him. Just try it again.
Hey, wait. You're teaming up now? Ven, you see all those dents and nicks you got?
Each one of those is proof you're learning.
You're trying too hard to move your body. You need to learn to let your body move you. Right? In your hand, take this blade. And so long as you have the makings, then through this simple act of taking, its wielder you shall one day be made.
What's that about? Who went and made you master?
Being a Keyblade master is all I've dreamed about.
Well, you're not the only one.
I know. You, me, and Ven all share the same dream.
Oh. This yours?
Lee, we don't have time for this.
Lighten up, Isa. It'll only take a sec. You still play with toy swords? That's cute. Now this right here, ta-da! What do you think? Not a whole lot. You're just jealous. I'm Lee. Got it memorized? What's your name? Ventus. Okay, Ventus, let's fight. Fight? Why would I want to do that? You scared of losing? Come on. Hope you're ready. Yeah, now we're talking. You're gonna be sorry. You had enough? Because I'm willing to call it a draw if you are.
Huh? Right. From where I stood, the only thing you drew was a big L on your forehead for loser, lame, laughable.
What? Isn't this the part where you cheer me up or something? You're just having a bad day, or that's what you get for pulling your punches. Some friend.
Oh, you mean I was supposed to lie?
You see what I gotta put up with? Sure hope you don't have friends like him.
Huh? Lee, we have to go.
Okay. Already? I'll see you when I see you. After all, we're friends now. Get it memorized.
Okay, Lee. What is it with you and picking up stray puppies?
I want everybody I meet to remember me. Inside people's memories, I can live forever.
I know I won't forget you. Believe me, I try all the time.
See? I'm immortal.
You're obnoxious.
You ready?
Well, I can tell you are.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Knowing who your friends are.
Alright, so we got the Frolic Flame, which is a brand new keyblade for us. So yeah, Lee and Isla, or Isa. I think it's Isa. That's how you pronounce it. I should have been paying more attention when he said it. But yeah, Lee and Isa, Axel and Syax. And they're a lot more friendlier here than they are in the later games. And unfortunately, we don't really see a whole lot of what happened between now and their transformation into nobodies. In fact, we don't even really figure out how they become nobodies. Well, not exactly. There's a then there's something they show near the end of, I think, Ventus's story in the credits that show that they're obviously trying to sneak into the castle. But as to what exactly their end game was or their goal was, it's unclear. But it's probably best to assume that they were trying to sneak in at a later point, probably when the experiments were going on, when everybody lost their hearts, and they probably just got roped up into it. Would make sense because they are members, I think, 7 and 8. So they would be the first 6, and then 7 and 8 would be Axel and Isa. So obviously, well, Axel and Syax. So that kind of makes sense with that. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a tease for that. Also, Isa being a little bit more friendlier than we're used to seeing, you can probably start to put together the pieces as to what exactly his problem is if you really think about it in regards to his friendship with Lee. And the fact that it starts this early on in their lives kind of gives some context as to why he's not so fond of Axel's decisions in later games. So let's move back to the roadmap because this was a pretty long episode. But we are done with Radiant Garden. So, yep, the remaining worlds have opened up to us, with the exception of Neverland. So, yeah, next episode we're going to be heading off to Disney Town to take part in one of the cooler minigames. And I mean that with pun intended, considering what it's actually going to be. I like how they do Disney Castle last, as if, like, say that's the next one you're going to be going to, but you don't have to really go to it. So, yeah, you can skip Disney Castle if you want, but we're going to go over. So, yeah, this is going to take, it's going to be a pretty short episode. Hopefully the cutscenes take a little bit longer. I don't know if we're going to get that ending cutscene again where they show Pete getting banished. If we do, I'll skip it. If not, I'll leave it in. But we shall see on the next episode. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next part.